Cool. What's your name? How old are you? And where are you originally from?
My name is Gloria Pacheco, and I'm 61 years old, and I'm from LA.
And what's your current living situation?
Homeless
How long have you
for like 4 years.
been becoming homeless? How was your life growing up?
Um, Growing up, my mom was a single mom. She raised us 4 kids, and um, she was really strict. We couldn't do anything, so we used to sneak out and do stuff, But I got married when I was 15 years old. I thought my mom was going to run away. My sister ran away, so she couldn't find her, so she didn't want me to do the same thing. So she married me at 15, and then I was married and I had an abusive husband. He was very abusive. He was the first one that gave me drugs to use when I was 17 years old.
Then what drug did he give you?
PCP.
All drugs.
Yeah,
PCP.
yeah, yeah.
What's one of the hardest parts about being homeless?
Not being able to take a bath, wash your clothes, carry your stuff around without the police picking it up and confiscating it. We try to keep our stuff together, minimum.
And how do you do like your laundry?
Well, I got a storage finally so I could pay. I get Social Security on my disability,
Okay.
disabled. So that only lasted so long because the room, you pay for a room and it only lasted so long. You take a shower and all that's good for a couple of days and all. Maybe 7 days or something. After that, you run out of money. You can't do it anymore. And the rest of the time, you're in the street. It's a good thing that they have people coming around and feeding us and giving us food and, something warm to eat and all that. Because if it wasn't for that, we'd probably be eating out of a can.
What would you say one of the hardest parts about being homeless is when it comes to a woman versus like a man?
There's a lot of things that can happen. You can get raped. You can get killed. Every girl that's out here, they think you're a prostitute and you're not a prostitute. And if you do drugs, that's even worse. So we try to stay away from, I try to keep to myself. I don't try to involve myself with a lot of people.
When you do that, like how do people treat you being homeless? Do they treat you the same as they treated you when you were not homeless?
They profile you. Even the police do that. They profile you. They see you out here. They want to pull you over and harass you, or tell you where you can't sit or can't. I just have hip surgery done. So it was very hard for me to be mobile. And then I had to be mobile though, in order to be able to walk right. Now I'm walking a lot better. It's been over 2 months now since I had the surgery and I didn't think I was going to walk. It's like they told me I had to exercise my muscles so I could get strong and I had to get off the cane to walk, put pressure on it because the muscle will die if you don't keep use of it. And then the part they put on you will seize in there. So you have to keep the mobile moving.
And how do you feel? What's your outlook on life right now?
Thank God I still have hope. But for a while I didn't. I was very depressed and everything. He took me out of the depression.
That's good. That's good to hear. What's one of the scariest situations that you've been in being homeless?
Having a gun pulled on me.
This seems so common.
Yeah. And robbed.
Robbed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened when
they beat me up and robbed me because they couldn't find no money in my purse or nothing. I had it on the bottom of my sole, the shoe, and they finally the last thing they did because they didn't find nothing was took off my shoe and he looked and he pulled the thing out and found my money.
So were you alone when that
happened? I was walking from the store to where we were staying at, and when we called the police to report it, it's like they didn't even care. They didn't want to do nothing.
And they used, a little woman like yourself, they used a gun to do it. What's been scary?
Yeah, I was. I didn't show it though. I was mad.
How do you stay safe?
I stay safe. Well, me and my brother out here. My brother got out of prison not so long ago, so I've been kind of holding him until he gets a job. He works for a good job. He has good skills, but it's about getting a job, And then he's got cancer in the liver and he's got other things going on, so it's hard for him to get work.
when you were younger, what was like your dream job, or what did you want to do when you grow up?
A doctor.
Doctor. And going back to your ex-husband, he's the one that got you to start.
He was 26 and I was 15.
That's when you PCP.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. Did you get any health issues from using anything with these drugs?
Yes, I went to therapy for 18 years. I had a
Like,
lot of
what's
other issues because I was molested as a kid, and I had other issues. My husband used to beat me up. I had a lot of issues. You know, mentally I was messed up.
how did you get that abuse to stop?
I left. Finally left, or I was gonna kill him.
You were gonna kill him.
Yeah, he got scared and said, "You're crazy, girl. I'm gonna move."
So when you wake up, what's like a typical day look like for you?
I wake up. He makes me breakfast. He gives me breakfast because I'm still kind of like not able to stand too long. You know, like right now I'm dying right now. Yeah, yeah, but that's okay.
And then what about right now? Are you currently addicted to any drug?
I'm not addicted, but I use drinking. You know, drinking, a little bit of smoking, but not that much. Can't afford it.
And what do you smoke?
Crack cocaine and alcohol.
And how does that affect your day?
Sometimes I get stuck and I don't do nothing all day. I just sit there and get high. And then sometimes it motivates me if I'm not too down and out or I'm not going through any problems. That's the main key is when I'm going through stuff. Like right now, I'm going through something. I have to find a place to live because it's getting cold out here and I can't afford to be out here. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I'm sick with a lot of illnesses. I got chronic pancreatitis. I got gastritis problems. I have rheumatoid arthritis. And just a lot of things are there. Yeah.
It's a lot to do with
Yeah. Yeah. And being on the cold, yeah, it affects me really bad.
what keeps you going each day? What's something that you hold on to that's positive?
Um, Thinking about my future and knowing that I'm not going to be here too long. And I'm motivating myself to not be stuck too long.
And then how do you deal with like the extreme like weather conditions? One minute it's cold, the next minute it's hot.
I go through it. I go through it, but I mean, it's not easy, of course, because it's cold out here. And then sometimes it's too hot and I get dehydrated and he has to come go into the store to give me something to drink or go panhandling or something, you know, like that. But it's hard. It's hard when you're out here.
Then how does it feel to like lose everything? Lose your belongings, your
You know what? Well, my family's still there for me. I mean, when I have to go to the doctor, my mom comes and picks me up. She don't like that I'm out here, but I can't go with her because my sister and her husband, they think that I'm still like too far gone when I'm not, you know? I've tapered off a lot. I used to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, like 2 8 bowls a day and drink about an 18 pack of beer or more a case, you know? I drink like 2 beers or maybe 1. I smoke very minimal cigarettes, especially now that I'm sick. And as far as getting high, maybe like $50 a day compared to like 300 a day.
Wait, getting high right now at $50 a day? Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But it sounds like a lot, but when you buy 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 at a time, they sell it so tiny. They're like stingy with it now. Before you could get a proper piece, now it's like stingy. It just wants you it makes you chase it for another one because it's not big enough.
I actually think $50 a day is a lot.
Yeah.
And then if you could give advice to anybody, any younger person that might be going down this path or in a similar situation, what's some advice that you would give them?
No matter what happens, always know that you got God there for you, and there's other sources that you can go to for help. And when you're young, don't waste your life doing that because you don't want to end up on the streets because the streets are not nowhere to be. Everybody thinks it's cool and it's easy and all that, but when you're really living in it, it's not like that. I mean, I see kids out here, 18, 19 years old, overdosing, dying on like a daily basis around here, and it's sad. They're doing that fentanyl and They don't know what they're getting half the time. It's sad. I get so angry with that.
There's a lot of young kids out here.
Yeah, yeah, a lot. Yeah,
Everywhere.
yeah. There's a lot.
Fentanyl place that
Some of them are just ditching and getting out of school. I remember I seen a mother come over here chasing his son to get him away from coming. And I told him, you shouldn't sell dope to that little kid. That's one of my rules that I've always had, and I want to stand by because I have children too. I wouldn't want nobody giving my kids that. My kids, thank God, they're not drug addicts. They're all graduates. They all went to college. They all got good jobs. My youngest is 24 years old, and she's still going to college right now. She has her own place. I call them constantly. They always want to know where I'm at and worried about me. I tell them I'm okay.
If anybody's watching this, what's a message that you want to leave with them? If you know that.
I would say, no matter what you go through, you always have your integrity and your strength, and that'll make a person do things, go do things, like you get trusted more, you get, responsibilities more, don't always think it as a job or like even at home, like your parents tell you do this, that you're living with them. Just do what they tell you because they know what they're talking about. I used to take all my mom full of shit. She don't know what she's talking about. I knew everything better, and now that I'm older, I see everything like crystal clear glass, and I should have listened to a lot of things. But now I go on my first mind. I don't go on my second guessing myself all the time because it keeps me safe and it keeps me aware and alert of what I'm doing, I try not to make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes, but you get up and you just go forward. Just keep going. Never think that because you failed on one thing, you can't learn to do something else because that's not true. You have to find who you are, find yourself. And once you do that, you're on your way.
And you're okay with this?
Yeah.